with this contribution, I want to enforce people in Asian countries and in the Americas, and above all in Europe, as in Europe we are a small German-speaking community which still carries on the N95, or as we call it, FFP2 masks. So I've done a first masking school. It's called Thüringer masking school because we are in one of the various German-speaking countries in Europe. So we started when we had nothing. When everything started, I had this at home. As a matter of fact, it is an FFP1, which is actually just for dust, and it has expired a couple of years ago, but I kept them for some reason. I kept them so I could carry them before anyone else had a mask. Then, as we couldn't buy anything, we had a lockdown, people sewed their masks. So I bought, for instance, this really beautiful Vatican mask that I carried a lot of times. People asked me if I'm very religious. Actually, I'm not, but I really love this combination of the color. I also adore the shop where I bought that. We have the normal version, and we have a big version, which I guess was quite expensive. I got that by my parents, thanks a lot. But when officially masks were introduced, we had this type. So these are the cheapest masks, yeah, for operations and so on. So then we got to the FFP2 masks. I don't have the classical paper coffee filter, as we called it, FFP2 masks. You see one here on the picture, yeah? I think you know this picture well. This is the classical FFP2 mask, which corresponds to the N95 mask in the USA. But I did not like this because I saw persons who had their ears somehow torn within these fixing bands, and this is when someone wears a mask like this, I can really understand that he has aggression against masks. So if you carry a simple thing like this one, then you will probably get aggressions with the mask. Therefore, this is a cheap self-sewn mask. Not very efficient anyway. But when you really want to continue wearing masks, I'm not paid by anyone, I must say that. This is not something, I don't earn anything with that. I just know that this type, which is tissue, can be washed about 20 times. When you wash it, please make this even, yeah? Must be even, then you wash it, and then you can bend it again. Be very prudent with this part when washing it, but I wash it in the machine. 30 degrees is good, 60 degrees of course is better. And I can wear this quite a couple of days before washing it again. When you sneeze, please don't sneeze into the mask, use a handkerchief instead, because I think you know in time when you have to sneeze. So our problem in the German-speaking countries is now that we are somehow a point of aggression for people who just wore their masks in the wrong way. I mean, when you bend your ear, which is a meridian, yeah, in the body, when you bend your ear under such a bend, then of course you get aggressions because you hurt your meridian, you know. That's the problem, not we, because we carry on these masks. The first day I wore my first mask on 16th of March 2020. I knew this was the right way. I even excused myself in the first shop that I entered with this mask. And the the most important problem is that when they, the so-called normal people, see us with a mask, they think that we are COVID positive. But we can also have influenza, we can also have the RSV virus. And I'm no longer keen on swallowing the saliva of other persons who sneeze into my face. That's the reason for me to carry on these masks for still quite a couple of years, I would say a decade. And therefore I call this the Thüringer masking school. I don't know if I'm going to switch back to German, would be a pity, because I want to do this for the American countries and the Asian countries.